Hey, welcome to episode 24 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. We've pretty much closed all the active candy loops at this point. There's just doing quests, dailies, and then trying to get my combat stats up before they severely nerf combat XP gain with the launch of Necromancy. I'm not sure how many RS3 veterans are aware of just how badly the Necromancy update borked an already pretty borked game. I think the RS3 community is fairly max-pilled, so to say. Everybody's been maxed for such a long time. They certainly don't roll alts very frequently to see what the new player experience is like. But I can say here, speaking from the future, that Necromancy pretty much broke an already pretty broken game. This episode, I'm going to check out a couple new bosses, including Arch-Glacor, which I will eventually pronounce correctly. I did see all of your pained comments about me re-rolling some composite bows last episode. The clue items that generate fortunate components and the ones that don't are really ridiculous. Like, there's a couple God D'hide items or God Rune items that don't generate fortunate components, but comp bows do. Whatever, it's fine. I'm very, very many hundreds of hours away from the fortunate components grind. And the last thing I wanted to point out in the intro here is that later in this episode, I'm going to obsess over a way to get to the poison wastes for the incandescent wisps colony, not knowing that RS3 added a trivial bridge near Castle Wars where you could just walk to that colony. I thought you had to finish Underground Pass, and I continue to think that for a shockingly long time. Anyway, that's it for the intro. Let's get to the episode. It is a new day again. I just like to know what my task is going to be, so I'm going to pick it up here. Hellware. Keep getting weird tasks. This is my bad for getting my combat level too high. Level 80 magic is required to face him. Does that mean I can fight him with 80 magic? 80 combat. Ancient curses, 96 herb lore. I don't think I'm able to fight this thing with my current stats, or at least I don't think it's based around my stats. I feel like I may as well try, right? May as well use the teleport and give it a shot. No idea what to expect heading out there with a full inventory. I might have to kill these things to get in to fight it. Need runes, whoops. It's 40 KC per attempt. I mean, I only need to get 4 kills, so I just want to do one fight here and see what happens. Oh, these guys are gonna die really fast. Okay, it's not too bad. A multiplier? It's interesting. Oh, they really wanted to make this interesting, huh? The only thing I don't know here is if I lose KC if I leave and come back. But you do lose KC if you leave and come back in old school, I believe. Might as well test it now before my KC gets too high. Does not reset your KC. Okay, so I can leave and restock once I get to 40. Probably better to just attempt the boss than assume that I can't fight it, right? What if it's actually not that bad? I wouldn't know unless if I tried. Okay, I've got 40 KC. I'm gonna go top off, get a full inventory of food, and we'll give this a try. I haven't read a guide or anything. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna try to figure it out. I was able to more or less get away with that with Rex Matriarch. Here we go. Traverse the threshold. Traverse the barrier. Yeah, no instance. That's fine. Practice mode would make sense. It'll expire in... Oh, that's cool. Turns into a wolfman. Okay, he seems to be melee. And there's stuff in the arena that I don't want to stand in, it looks like. Maybe an attack that I can dodge there. Losing blood. What is anything you can do to stop bleeding? Probably don't want to stand in that shit. That seems bad. You will bleed. I don't know if that just means you're constantly being affected by bleeding. Alright, this guy seems like Rex Matriarchs, but way more mechanics, so comparable amount of damage able to deal. I wonder if I can bind him. I don't have any nature runes on me. I wonder when he warns me you will bleed if I can get away from him and avoid taking some damage there. I don't think I have the DPS for this. Interesting to try. Yeah, that's not happening. Oh well, that was a neat idea. Like a different assignment, please. Stop giving me shit that I can't do. Oh, I might be able to do that one. I'll take that. I think I have enough points now also to get an unlock. I think given all the bullshit I can get assigned, Reaper's Choice makes sense as the first one to buy. And then I'll do the Slayer XP after that. I should have gotten that before taking a task, but whatever. I'm not feeling up to learning Arch-Glacor right now, but will later. It's supposed to be a good money-making method. It might save me from having to do any more safe cracking. I need to step away to manage a call here, so I won't be able to record. I will likely just be on my phone chopping wood. So I might get a level up. I'm not particularly close to one, but depends on how long the call lasts. Alright, back from my phone call. I did not get a woodcutting level, so I've just been accruing Acacia logs here. I really just kind of want to get enough simple parts that I don't have to think about it for a really long time. And this is a nice AFK thing to default to. It's brainless. I don't really need to worry about preparing any other strategy before I do it. What I might end up doing, though, is that once this port district meter fills and I get the increased catch rate for fishing, I might pivot to fishing to get the increased cut rate for Acacia trees. The argument being that if I have an increased fish rate, that should let me get rep faster while fishing, which should let me get the woodcutting bonus sooner. I know I can also do some more quests here in order to get increased favor. That might be worth doing if I really want to spend a ton of time skilling here. I think they have some pretty crazy prerequisites, though. Alright, I'm going to give this Arch-Glacor a try. Why not? Again, I'm not going to look anything up. I'm just going to go in there and see how it goes. I think this thing is technically supposed to take place in another God Horse dungeon. There's like 3 God Horse dungeons in RS3. There's a frozen chest. Nothing to collect. Pass-through barrier. Aqueduct portal? Okay, here we go. 1, spawn speed standard, protection friends only. Sure. And there's supposed to be something I can do. Oh, it's kind of cool fighting on a bridge here. Whoa. That's pretty cool. I got mechanics. Okay, I think I want to protect magic. I don't know how I do the whole turning mechanics on and off thing. Look that part up after I get a kill here. Definitely doing a much more reasonable amount of damage to this boss than some of the other weird Reaper assignments I've been given. Just AFK this? Kinda seems like it. Cool boss arena, though. This thing just shits out loot, and I can just sit here and AFK. This is almost like, okay, I do have to move slightly to move out of the way of that. Kind of like Kraken in old school RuneScape, the Slayer boss that is literally AFK. I wouldn't mind, like, coming here for a bit every day to get money to pay for Shopscape and stuff instead of doing safe cracking. I'm glad Reaper finally forced me here.
Never had my doubts.
Oh, and it holds on to your loot. Gives you 10 Bainite Stone Spirits and 2 Water Battle Staves. Doesn't hold on to your loot, it drops it on the ground. I'm just stupid. Okay. I guess it drops a lot of charms, which is kind of cool. I didn't even use 4 pieces of food. I had to waste some there to make space. That's really funny. I'm gonna warp out just to bank some stuff and make some space. But that was like Kraken in old school. So if it's basically Kraken, that seems pretty good. Maybe I'll change my second portal to that boss from Dagonoth King, since I don't need that portal anymore. Turning the spawn speed on to fastest here. Still haven't messed around with figuring out how to add mechanics. I'm going to start researching that on the wiki. Got the exact same drop in my second kill, practically. That's okay though. I'm just gonna stay here. I'll do my deaths assignment, and I might try adding a couple more mechanics. I guess that gives you better drops, but like the fact that this is completely brainless and I could get stream work done, it would be great to just get like hundreds of KC here, just to passively get money. Just like letting the icicle attack on the ground hit me, because it does like no damage. It's more AFK if I ignore it. Pretty crazy. Or even just have to pay attention to occasionally sip prayer potions here. Well, I'm grateful the game gave this to me as a Reaper task, or I probably wouldn't have attempted it. Much rather do this than safe cracking. I could literally just sit here for a long time. Slayer 67 definitely does shit out charm. It's pretty impressive. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue with my dailies. I'm gonna change this portal to a Arch-Glacor portal. I need to decide how much time I want to spend in there. It does drop elite clue scrolls, as does Barrows, and I just realized that I'm capped on elite clue scrolls. I think I do have the requirements to do these though. They're not as nasty as elite clues in OSRS, so I might spend part of today working through that stack, or at least shrinking the size of it a bit. Reaching this portal will cost you 100k, no problem. All right, I gotta work through this stack of 25 elite clue scrolls. I think that there are no emote clues for elite clues, at least for looking up hidey holes. That's great, because that's the biggest thing that gets in the way of me completing them, so. Shit, also I have to reactivate my stupid Anachronia thing. Do that first. All right, totem activated. I think it might be too late for this first clue scroll, but whatever. Oh, good God. Sliding block puzzles without rune light. Let me see. I think this guide opens something external. Let's see. Okay, so when I press guide, it shows me what to do quickly on the screen that I have to just follow clicking, I guess. All right, this is comparably fast to old school. I'm so bad at this brand of puzzle. Kind of a bummer that it's just like high quality concept art. I really like the sprite art for the sliding block puzzles in old school. Oh my God, this is so many more steps to solve than an old school sliding block puzzle. Like, it might be significantly more tiles. Oh, this would be impossible without this. Like, this would make this clue scroll take so long if you didn't have Alt 1. Like, you could sit on this for like an hour easily. Good God. Even with the speed solve, it's like first try. Puzzle complete. Please close the puzzle to continue. Okay. Solve a puzzle box. Yeah. Oh man, some of these elite clues are really weird. I don't know what that means. Maybe I have to be on the surface. Okay, so apparently there's a way to do this with Alt 1. It's a little messy. I can like teleport to a couple different locations and try to triangulate it. Go somewhere really far north and then somewhere really far south, but it only seems to work with certain things like the Ring of Wealth teleport that I can actually activate Alt 1 on. Okay, I figured it out. Here we go. Dig. Oh, there's wizards. Shit, I did not bring gear for that. Alright. Came back with my range set up. I don't know if these guys drop anything interesting. It's not terribly interesting. Alright, so this is a new one, a Celtic Knot. Select it here. Okay, here we go. Never seen this before, so I don't actually know what it wants from me. Trying to tell me like orders to do things in. Oh wow, this seems really hard. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. Solve a Celtic Knot. Yeah, I totally deserve that. Alright, got my first elite casket. Let's see what we got here. It's a puzzle casket. Never mind, I don't have it. Maybe now I get the casket? Alright, you have found a casket. 8 treasure chest points, that's pretty good. I'll just open these one at a time, I think. Tower skipping ticket, mango seeds, battle staves, prayer potions. Skip a towers puzzle. Oh, okay. Alright, second casket. That's a lot of stuff. Alright, I don't have access to anti-fires, so it's kind of cool to get those. Might be helpful. Alright, this might end up scaffolding me into doing some specific quests, because I think there's some quests that I have to do, like Cabin Fever, to do every elite clue scroll. So we'll see what steps we get. Alright, I got a puzzle casket. I also set this up so that it goes much faster, which helps a lot with doing this The first time when I did it and it was on the default speed setting, I was like, oh my god, this is going to take forever. But if you turn up the speed a little bit, it's about as fast as the old school solver. Done. Okay. New casket, what we get? Phoenix Lair, Teleport, Green Salamanders, Battle Staves, Uncut Dragon Stones, Unicorn Horns, Prayer Potions. I guess I should just always reroll if I didn't get a unique, right? Wolf Staff. Okay. Level 40 Magic Staff? It's very strange. Has a little wolf hat on it. Wolf head. Alright. Okay. Elite Casket. Oh god, right. Okay, there we go. Casket for real. Meerkats, Green Salamander, Uncut Dragonstone, U-Seed, Super Restores, Unicorn Horns. Okay. I think the Meerkats are actually relatively useful for this. I might summon them here to double check how they work if I have to use the scroll. I think when you do those little scanner puzzles, it increases the radius that you detect stuff. Oh, there's actually an achievement for using the Meerkats to fetch a casket. That's cool. All right, casket. That's a pretty bad casket. It's too bad I don't ever reroll there. Oh well. I guess the Onyx Bolt tips are money if I alchem. Casket. This is a pretty bad reward. Yeah, I'll reroll it. Runeful Helm Bandos right on, and a Master Clue. And Blessed Armadillo Embraces. Interesting. I like the way they changed the Blessed Rune Armor to actually kind of make it look more Bandos themed instead of just having a little colored trim on it. Alright, I think my plan is I've gone through enough of these that I can probably go back to doing things like daily Barrows runs. But I am going to keep going until I get a... I'm going to keep going until I get a step that I can't do. And then I'll hold on to that step until my stash of clues builds up too high. Casket. Still haven't gotten stopped by a step I can't do. Oh. Bandos plate body. That's 2 Bandos pieces. Dragon Full Helm Ornament Kit. I don't know that I'll ever get to use that, but sure. Yeah, I really like the changes on the like God D'hide and God Rune armor. I feel like it's completely worthless. Like you would never use this with the way the game currently works. You would never take it to God Horror's dungeon, but it's still kind of cool. I think the Celtic Knot is my favorite step. The solver makes them really quick. You don't have to go anywhere. So if I could just get nothing but these steps, that would be great. Casket. Lockbox skipping ticket. 9 super resources. I feel like the potion rewards from this are actually pretty good. I'll take this since I haven't gotten one of those tickets before. All right, casket. Don't need a dragon helm. Don't really care about the firelighter. Onyx bolt tips are pretty good money. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's fine. My meerkats just despawned, so I think that should be enough. I've got 14 elite clues left. That should give me plenty of Barrows runs before I have to worry about it again. All right, this is gonna be my last casket for now. I think I want to re-roll this. I don't know. It feels like clues in this game are more about giving you like useful resources than like uniques. I think there's like one unique that I might care about, the Ranger set, but only if I get the golden threads from the Master Clue set. Getting that full set sounds like a horrible nightmare. Okay, I've had a pretty attentive morning. I need to get back to more combat training. I'm still trying to get those up before the nerf to combat XP comes in. Today is Thursday. That nerf comes in on Monday. But I really just want to do something a little bit brainless, and I need more money because I'm pretty close to running out of money for shopscaping. So I think I'm going to go back and do more of this Arch-Glacor because he's like so crazy easy. Why not? So I've seen this boss come up in guides all the time, like how to get lots of charms. And I'm like, okay. But I always envisioned that it was at least a little bit of work and not like Kraken level of AFK. That would be great to just say 0 mechanics Arch-Glacor is Kraken level of AFK. Looks like I can turn on Flurry, which just makes the boss occasionally use ranged attacks. I'm going to see if I take so much damage that I shouldn't do that. I have no idea yet. All right, so it slightly increases food usage. I have to eat like a couple pieces of food per kill instead of between 0 and 1 per kill. That's with me not adjusting my prayers at all. Okay, having more mechanics also makes the boss have more health. I was like, why does it seem like this is taking so much longer? That's why. So I'm gonna stick to 0 for now until I get better DPS somehow. Might do this with ranged, actually. Reason for that is just that I have more augmented things that I can have equipped while fighting it with range. Let's give it a try. Range is quite a bit worse. It's probably because I'm level 71 range versus 86 magic, so I'll switch back to magic after this kill. Oh, hey, I got a Crystal Triskelion Fragment 3. I'll go turn that in really quick. All right, come on, big money, give me something good. That's not something good. I'm glad I used up some elite clues, though. Hey, it's Magic 87. Still decent XP here, I guess. Constitution 81. Just got a Sirenic scale. I'm kind of, I don't know. Something feels great about the majority of bosses in old school RuneScape, that they all like drop a thing that you can use. Most of the bosses I visited that I don't recognize from old school drop like currencies or crafting materials that have to be combined with like 4 or 5 other different things. Like, I'm guessing there's still a boss you can fight that just straight up drops a wand, but I don't know what this is. It gave me a collection log entry for it. I don't know. Okay, so it's used to make level 90 ranged power armor using 93 crafting, 42 Sirenic scales, okay, and 3 Algarum thread, which I guess I could just buy with money, but that requires a quest. Oh, cool, I got a full Crystal Triskelion. I don't know how common of a drop that is, but I'll go see if I get lucky here. I have a feeling that dragon pickaxe, it's kind of hard to, like, understand the wiki article for the drop table on this thing. There's like all kinds of different things it can roll, so I can't tell practically how rare the dragon pickaxe is, but right now it's the most likely way I'm gonna get one. I ended up not doing any barrows and not doing any combat training today because I got a lot of work done at Arch-Glacor. I guess it's Glacor, like glacial? That makes sense. I might continue to do this. This might be my go-to AFK for a while. It is okay combat XP. It's going to be really bad combat XP after this patch coming in on Monday. But at some point, I'm going to try to find the time to squeeze out 70 strength, 80 defense, 80 range, and 80 attack. Let's see. All right, big money. That's the exact same drop I just got. I think it's like down to the item. Okay, whatever. Hey, I've got some quick morning work I have to do. I'm about to get a woodcutting level here. There's the level up. Woodcutting 75. All right, got my work done. Doing my dailies. I guess I'll go see what my Reaper task is real quick. Okay, well, we've learned Rex Matriarchs is not a viable task right now. Can't do Queen Black Dragon. I could do 1 Jad kill. Sure. I probably can now with my auras. All right, I will do that after I do everything else daily. Probably need to, I guess that's another annoying thing about Guthix caches. I need to wait until both of my Guthix caches are done. I can't even start that for like 2 hours. Just had a really fun fuck up. I'm glad that it happened when it did. I'm like, what happened to my Guam seeds? I had like 90 Guam seeds. Apparently, while I was quickly trying to feed all of my Chinchampas, I accidentally fed them. So infuriating. I accidentally fed them my 90 Guam seeds. I'm glad it wasn't like 1,000 Guam seeds. I can recover that pretty easily if I just pop over to Vinesweeper for a little bit. But that's infuriating that that can happen. All right, I think all my other dailies are done. It's time to go try to get this 1 Jad kill. And then I think after I get this, unless if I get another source of Jad, I'll probably skip Fight Caves tasks. I'm probably just gonna do it with magic. I'll do the exact same thing I did last time. I just have like insanely better gear this time. Also, I have 2 Sarah brews this time, so that might help a little bit. All right, Fight Caves. You've already seen my reaction to most of the content in here up until I get to the wave with the majors, so I'll probably start talking once I get to the major wave. What I'm probably gonna do is save Vampirism until I start the major wave, because that's when I'm gonna start to be worried about running out of resources. I don't know how long this is gonna take. It might be really fast compared to my last attempt. It might be comparably slow, so I'll see you on the flip side. All right, it's like wave 20. It's going way better than last time. I'm still having to do this thing where I intentionally leave some adrenaline behind so I can recover it. Kind of annoying. Don't have to deal with that in old school, but whatever. I guess what you would expect is that everybody who does the Fight Caves is, you know, really high level prayer and just uses Soul Split and they're fine, but that's not me. All right, made it to the majors. It looks like they're quite a bit more tolerable. They still hit really hard, but I'm going to turn on the Vampirism aura and hope it'll carry me through the rest of the caves here. They go down much faster than before, so much more reasonable. All right, I'm getting pretty close here. I went ahead and turned up my sound effects and ambient sound effects for Jad. I should be okay with Jad. I mean, different animations from old school, but I think it's still the same basic idea. Not really sure what to expect with the ads. I've noticed something weird about this game, that when I go to activate prayers, in old school, the game just like highlights the prayer for you instantly when you click it, and it looks like it does give you some kind of feedback when you click, but it doesn't trigger instantly. And sometimes, like, when you go to deactivate a prayer, it gets lost in the tick system if you also try to like move on the same tick. So hopefully something like that doesn't get me killed. I guess we'll find out. I'll just record from here so I don't have to like manage OBS in between the next couple kills here. Fortunately, they don't change the color of the second creature here, so I don't know which of those two is going to be the Jad spawn point. I've used any food up to this point thanks to Vampirism, and I guess now's the time to do it. And my understanding is that Jad does no damage to you, that he still works like he does in old school, so if you pray correctly, I should say. Alright, where's Jad? Oh shit. That's bad. They changed the way he spawns. I didn't die. Yeah, I just had an issue with switching prayers there. Let me just try to focus on healing here. Switching prayers in this game is quite a bit less responsive than it is in old school. It's kind of annoying. Aren't I? Wow. That was really frustrating. I don't know if that's like a ping problem, but there are multiple times in that VOD where I definitely selected the right prayer. I clicked it and it didn't switch. It's really, really bad responsiveness with switching prayers. Like, it just happened to me there where I clicked on Protect from Missiles. It's like you get locked out from doing it or something. That fucking sucks. That was a waste of an hour. Damn. Okay, I may have figured out what the problem was. I was still on the community divination world. I had switched to that for doing a Guthix cache and didn't switch back to the world that I normally use. When I switched back to that one, it looks like prayer swap a little bit more reasonably. But I feel pretty confident in saying that that was not my fault. It's really, really annoying. At least now I know, I guess, that I can't rely on prayers to work the way they do in old school. Wow, and just because I was like Googling this, like, is this a known thing that there's like a long prayer delay? I hopped worlds again, this time to a world that's the lowest possible population that's still on the West Coast. And now this feels closer to old school. I've done old school prayer flicking on, you know, pretty populated servers. It just seems like if you have more than 100 people on the server, content becomes impossible. I guess it's an important lesson to learn. I'm annoyed that I had to die. Because now I have to wait like 3 hours to try again. Alright, I went ahead and put prayers on the hotbar because I can just put a hotkey to them, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that makes it more responsive, but it sounds like they've doubled down on action bars, so the old method that I have some muscle memory for from old school RuneScape has not gotten a lot of attention, so that may have been part of my problem. It's sad I had to learn that on frickin' Jad after an hour of time waste instead of, you know, any other time in the playthrough. I'm gonna try to get used to using the action bar for my prayers for the rest of this run here before I get to Jad. Yeah, okay, I've concluded my research. It seems like the real problem is high pop worlds. You can't just depend on ping and being on the right coast or region for your server. You also have to be on a world that has as few players as possible, because the higher the population, the more unresponsive the whole game becomes. I don't know if they've just neglected improving the servers for RS3 because it's less popular than old school, but that's going to take a while to get used to. And this is the first piece of content where I don't just like camp or prayer, right? It hasn't mattered for Arch-Glacor or Barrows or anything else. All right, made it back to wave 37 here. Should be okay this time, I think. Let's see. Got Magic 88. I need to speed up. I got embroiled in a Discord conversation, and now I'm kind of racing against the clock to make sure I get the Jad before Vampirism runs out. Alright, coming up on wave 62 here. I'm just going to let it record again. See if I can kill this guy without getting attacked by both of them at the same time. I have this thing in my head like, oh, I can get attacked by both of them at the same time because I'm protecting against mage, but no, I take half damage from both of them. That's not free. Now I also know that Jad does not spawn where these guys spawned, so I can probably just hang around on this corner and wait for Jad to come to me. If he spawns here, that would be fine. Okay, so there's Jad. Let me turn this corner here. Try to get him as close to me as I can here. Last time I was a little bit too far from him to see what the hell was even happening. Okay, let's do this now. It's on my hotbar. Only gonna do mage attacks? Only done mage attacks so far, it's kinda crazy. Where's the mage attack? Fortunately, I did let him fully heal there, which is not great. Try killing the ads. They're quite a bit nastier than they are in old school. The ads, that is. I think since I let him fully heal, they'll just spawn again here. Gotta be better about pulling them off him next time. This is already going much better now that my button presses actually do something. Last time I kept clicking and nothing was happening. I think they just spawn again, so I'm just going to stand somewhere where I can pull them off and faster this time. reason they take forever to die is because they're all healing each other. Okay. I forget how that works in old school, if they can heal each other, if they can only heal Jad. I thought they could only heal Jad. Okay, I think we got it now. I just have to pray correctly for the rest of the fight. Needed to be on an appropriate world. Sound cues are way less noticeable than they are in old school. Very obvious difference in attack sounds. Maybe if I turned off the music. Should have it here. There we go. Defeat Jad. Hooray! Thanks. Now I've got a fire cape. Awesome. Not gonna do that again. I'm just skip Jad tasks until something changes there. Alright, unfortunately that basically used up all my time to play today. That's one stupid Reaper task. I've got a couple hours left. I'll find something to do. It's cool to have the fire cape. I'll use it with melee. Doing daily stuff here. Should get a farming level. Yeah, farming 88. Alright, I had to change where my missions were happening to be able to afford this. The next ship slot costs 4,000 slate and 3,000 bamboo, so I had to do a bunch of really easy, like 20-minute missions to get the bamboo for that. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Having another ship slot is pretty powerful, and then I'm going to keep doing lower level missions for now to try to afford some of these other upgrades. There's the bar, which is probably worth getting. Higher quality captains, adventurers. I want to say there's another one that I can afford. Let me see if I can track it down here. Boost ship stats, so I need to get some more gunpowder for that. This is a funny game. Collect a soul from Zuck. What? Because I'm combat 113? You certainly cannot. Like, I don't think I can do Calfight. I can't do Calfight Queen. I'm just gonna accept that I'm not gonna get a good Reaper task most of the time right now because my combat level is too high. Can't do QBD yet. That's from Elite Dungeons. And I think we established I can't do Carapac. Okay, well, I guess I'm not doing Reaper today. I'm going to try to get as much combat XP as I can. Today's Saturday. The change goes in on Monday. So I'm going to try to get to 70 strength, and then I'm going to work on getting everything else as high as I can. Strength 56. I'm testing out the Guthin Spear. I assume it's going to be less XP than the special attack on the Dragon Two-Hander, but I'd like to get as much Invention XP as possible, so we'll see. Strength 57. I'm getting at least 320k an hour, so it's pretty good. 58 strength. Yeah, we're getting more like 400k an hour, so I think I was getting close to 500 with the Dragon Two-Hander, but I think this is probably worth swapping to. I don't have to use a foot pedal to mash special attack. And I'm getting Invention XP, and I'm getting Scavenging drops, so we'll stick with this. Constitution 82. Strength 59. 60 strength. 61 strength. Strength 62. Strength 63. Strength 64. Strength 65. Strength 66. Strength 67. Strength 68. Strength 69. Nice. 70 strength. I'm going to switch to defense now. I want to try to at least get to 80, then I might switch back to attack. Just got a Starved Ancient Effigy. I got a collection log entry for it. I need to look into what this is, but I've never gotten one before after being here for many, many hours. Defense 76. There's a defense 77. Just gonna try to make 80 happen. Pretty soon I'm not gonna be able to comment anymore, so I'll just continue doing this on my phone. I'll come back and summarize the levels. Oh, and there's hit points 83. Defense 78. Hey, I'm back from playing on mobile. I ended up getting to 73 attack and 80 defense. So I'm going to keep working on getting base 80 combat before Monday when everything gets nerfed. Oh, just got to level 12 on all 3 of my melee pieces, so I'm going to go siphon all of them. That should get me a chunk of invention XP. Alright, got my equipment siphons here. Siphon the spear. 459k, very nice. That's level 62 invention. Do the chest piece. Level 63 invention. 64 would be great. That's more junk chance reduction. And there's 64. Beautiful. I'm gonna go research it. I'm actually only 2k away from 65. I'll probably get that from researching. Ooh, charge drain reduction too. That's nice. Alright, that should be 65 invention. Yeah, there it is, 65. So look up what the next level I care about is. I think it's 67 for more... No, maybe 69 for more junk chance reduction. Constitution 84. Attack 74. Attack 75. Attack 76. 77 attack. I don't want to get 85 defense to wear that ring that I got from Broken Home. I feel like that's going to take a pretty long time, so I should probably go for base 80 first. Yeah, 67 is when I get the auto screener for invention. I was double checking when I should be excited for invention levels. So 69 definitely. It feels weird that you get that so soon after 64. But then 67 is gonna, I think once I get that, I'll feel more comfortable doing archaeology, because I think that's the original reason I set out to do invention in the first place, was wanting to train archaeology and then realizing I probably should wait to do this until I have the auto screener. That was a really long time ago. Summoning 69, nice, but also funny that I basically got a full summoning level just from the Charming Imp eating charms here. Attack 78. Still grinding combat over here, but it's a new day, so I'll see if I have a better chance with Reaper tasks here. That's fine. Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna give Arch-Glacor a try with melee, just because it's a much higher level now. It might actually work out for me. Alright, I'm at a point where this is about as fast as magic, and it doesn't use runes, so I'd rather do this so I can be leveling my 3 augmented items. I might switch back to magic once I finally get in RM top. Just got my 100th Arch-Glacor kill, so that's kind of cool. Really easy boss. I don't think I had any idea it was that close to 100 kills. Attack 79, and I'm done with my task. Okay, so I forgot about this effigy. I investigate it. Image from your experiences of lumber and woodworking. Okay, so it's either a fletching or a woodworking effigy, and I can only get XP from it if those skills are at 91 or higher, so that's going to sit in my bank for a while. Alright, picking up the increased ship stats upgrade with gunpowder, and then I'm going to try to get the one that uses slate. Oh, you go straight, okay. You go straight to cherry wood, which is going to take a really long time for me to get, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I will try to save up for the refitted lodgings. And I need to pick up the workshop, and I think there's one other one with slate. Yeah, the bar. Oh, apparently I just also crossed 1,000 boss kills, so I get these adrenaline crystals now, which is kind of cool. I don't have access to adrenaline potions, but sure, I'll look forward to the adrenaline potion refresh. So I think these work, the way these work is you just click on this and it gives you full adrenaline. I think there's certain bosses where, like, that'll disappear by the time you get to the boss, though. Unless if there's something in place to keep it from disappearing. Like, I think it takes me long enough to get to the first Barrow's brother, I wouldn't be able to dump that, and Arch-Glacor takes a second to spawn in. 80 attack. I'm going to stay on attack for one more level to natively have access to Meteor Strike. It looks like you can get it with an attack potion, but I want to just make sure that I have it because it's pretty good. There's attack 81. Alright, now I'm going to switch to defense. Try to get to 85 so I can use that ring. Once I switch rings, I'm going to want to still have the Ring of Wealth effect, so that's probably going to accelerate me wanting to work on archaeology to get the passive Ring of Wealth effect. I think that's going to make sense for a couple of reasons. I have the Dragon Madoc ready to go for when I hit 60 archaeology, and I'm going to be able to get the auto screener, I think, because I think I should hit 67 the next time I can disassemble or siphon my equipment here, which should be at the end of this session before I hit 85 defense. Defense 81. I have to keep track of the fact that weapons max out faster than armor, just ever so slightly. So I'm gonna use this siphon on the augmented spear. Give me another 459k invention XP. Yeah. Invention 66. Looking to 67 for the auto screener, and I think 69 for more junk chance reduction. Also, fully out of divine charges on my armor. I just noticed I've got like minutes left, so I'm gonna quickly recharge it. Defense 82. Defense 83. 2 to go. Getting a ton of components from scavenging here, which makes sense, but it's kind of wild how many I'm getting, especially for things like pious components that are practically impossible for me to get under normal circumstances. I might actually have enough. I have not put any gizmos in my armor other than my magic armor, but I might try to put some in here. The only reason I would hesitate to do that is because I still want to wait to get a full Guthans set. It would make activities like this a lot more AFK. But I guess if it's just one perk that I throw in there, it's not a big deal. Well, I got Biting 2 on the first try, so that's cool. And then I guess I also want Crackling 2. Imbued components, which I have also gotten a bunch of from scavenging. Thanks, game. Perfect. First try. No stress. Let's put Biting on the pants. Crackling on the shirt. Probably should have done this a while ago, but whatever. It's fine. Constitution 86. Defense 84. It is really easy while AFKing to accidentally miss that it's time to siphon gear. I don't think I wasted too much item XP here, but I'm gonna siphon these 2 items. That should get me to 67 invention and 68 invention. So 1 more for the exciting level. I think it'll happen once the spear gets leveled up. I have to get 85 defense finally, which I'm pretty excited about. I think being able to wield that surgeon ring is potentially a pretty decent DPS boost, especially if I was doing something where I was spamming special attacks, but it has like a 10% chance to conserve your adrenaline when you use threshold abilities, which I think for something like this, just AFKing here and activating thresholds constantly might be a pretty significant XP increase. So I'm going to pop out and equip it really quick. And I think I'm going to switch to strength now. It's probably more important for me to get 80 range before I get 80 strength, but I'm kind of on a roll right now with the melee gear, so I'll stick to it for now. There we go, the Asylum Surgeon Ring, strength bonus 21, 10% chance to prevent adrenaline loss, pretty big chance to save special attack base cost if I were to ever try to spam like the Dragon two-hander special attack again. But I think right now this is working out great for me. I get a ton of invention XP from the Guthans spear. I've had it proc once already. I have a feeling the way it's going to be advantageous is it's going to allow me to proc Meteor Strike more frequently, because it's pretty rare that I have enough adrenaline to pop that without another threshold coming off cooldown first. 71 strength. My plan is to go ahead and get level 12 one more time on the Guthans War Spear, since I'm at level 11 with it already, and then I'll switch to range to get ranged up to 80. 72 strength. Strength 73. Strength 74. I'm getting close. I guess I'll leave when I get strength 75 and have gotten level 12 on the augmented war spear, and then I'll switch to ranged. 75 strength. Just gonna hold out till I get to level 12 on the war spear, which is very soon. All right, got level 12 on the spear. I'm popping out of here. Okay, so this should be 69 invention, which is really exciting. I don't know why they give you junk chance reduction pretty much back to back and charge drain reduction and all that, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. We're doing like a cosmetic lab coat here. Weird. Well, I just burned through all of my direct components trying to get Biting 2. Really bad luck there. It's also unfortunate that I used up all those components because they're really annoying to get. I'll try to get crackling here. Yeah, I think that's okay. Do I have... Is it unload? I don't think I have that on my list yet. I'll take this just not to avoid spending more points that I don't have. I'll have to try to make biting happen later. Man, my XP rate with range is way worse. Way worse than it was with melee. Like, less than half? Pretty wild. Range 72. Doing some herb runs here. Trying to think about the XP situation. This is completely fucking baffling, but apparently ammo usage only actually triggers when you do an auto attack, and you only do an auto attack if all of your abilities on your revo bar are on cooldown at the same time. Which means that if you use Chinchampas, the Chinchampa only actually gets consumed whenever an auto attack would fire, which would potentially be basically never. Like, you could make it so there's never an auto attack firing if you put enough garbage on your bar. 75 range is when I can make mechanized Chinchampas. I have a handful of like 80 red chins from player-owned farm. So I could make a quick 50 mechanized chins to see how much damage they do. I won't get any item XP on them, obviously, but if the XP rate is significantly faster, I may as well. Completely bizarre. So weird. It doesn't make any sense. Evolution of combat was a mistake. So I have some regular Chinchampas that otherwise I'm not going to have any use for, like 130 of them. I'm going to try them out just to see what the actual ammo consumption is with my current bar. My understanding is that I can even put garbage on this bar. I can put like defensive abilities on here to make sure that other things get triggered to keep an auto attack from firing, which is extremely silly, but you know, whatever. Oh my god, I think this actually works. I think I'm consuming no Chinchampas. I consumed a few at the beginning because I had to come in here, and I guess when you first click an enemy, you start with an auto before using abilities for some reason. But I might actually be able to make a stack of just 50 mechanized Chinchampas last a while. Wow. Okay, so the XP rate with regular chins is much better. Way better. Obviously, I'm not getting item XP, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm really just trying to squeeze out 80 ranged here. I do think this means that it's going to make sense for me to switch to mechanized chins once I get to 75 ranged. I'll see how long this stack of 130 or so chins lasts me. I think I do end up wasting chins whenever I eat food, because that makes me do an auto after the food animation completes. I can't tell when an auto is happening. I do this till 75. I don't understand what the offhand rune throwing axe is doing. Apparently I never actually throw it. It affects the damage of the main hand or something. So I should try to get an offhand augmentable weapon, so I'm at least getting item XP while I'm doing this. I could try getting RMs. Unfortunately, I do have a pistol crossbow from Carol, but I got the wrong one. I got the main hand instead of the offhand. So I'd have to look into something else. This is so bizarre. I can maybe try farming Ziliana. I don't know how reasonable she is in this game. She's very unreasonable at this stage in old school RuneScape. Constitution 87. 74 range, one more to go. Range 75. I think I'm just gonna burn through my remaining chins to get them out of my bank. Range 76. I've got about 50 regular chins left. At the day turnover, the Black Marketeer was selling cherry wood, so I have enough to get this spacious warehouse. So I'm going to pick this up. I still need to get a few more gunpowders to get the gunpowder upgrade, and then I got a couple things to get with slate, and then I'll be completely maxed out on upgrades for now. Range 77, 3 more to go. I still have 15 regular chins left before I leave. I might go hunt a few carnivorous Chinchampas just so I can make like, I don't know, 150 mechanized chins to make sure I don't run out. All right, made it down to a single chin. I'm just going to release it rather than bother with trying to throw it. Got to 77 ranged on 130 chins, which is pretty crazy. So I think I'm just going to go catch some red chins for a little bit. Try to get, I don't know, like 200 of them. All right, picking up the 2% boost of attracting higher quality crew. I think that means I don't need gunpowder ever again. So now I pretty much just need lots of slate. I'll switch to slate. This is really painful at 1 chin per trap. I was hoping they were going to keep that agility benefit where you can get multiple chins, but that is not the case. I'm currently breeding crystal Chinchampas at my player-owned farm, but I might need to try really hard to switch to these ones just to kind of get a passive income on them going forward. I withdrew the wrong Chinchampas before. I do have some red Chinchampas. I thought they were crimson. All right, so I'm going to make 150 mechanized chins. That should be enough to get me to 80, I think. Or at least very close to it. Pretty expensive though, man. 65 plated parts. I'm going to burn through all of these, aren't I? Guess I'm only making 100 of them then because I don't have enough plated parts. Jeez, pretty crazy. Doing dailies real quick before I try out these mechanized Chinchampas. Prayer 71. Heading to the Abyss one last time. Hopefully I can just stick here until I get to 80 ranged. And I might see if I can squeeze out 80 strength, but it's getting close to bedtime. Okay, the mechanized Chinchampas are significantly faster than the regular Chinchampas. Who'd have thunk it? I think I've learned a few things to try to minimize usage of the chins, like trying to manually click into group seems to help with it. Being careful with eating food. That reminds me I should put on the Vampirism aura so I get as many of these as I can. I think you end up auto-attacking sometimes during the delay from healing, which is part of what I'm trying to avoid here. This is so fast, the spawns can't keep up with me. That's kind of crazy. I don't know what my actual XP rate is here until I've done it for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's like 600k an hour. It's quite a bit faster than I was getting with melee. Quite a bit more attentive too, but it's still really impressive. Ranged, 78. 2 more. Now that I'm actually killing these fast enough that it's faster than they can spawn in, I just started to look up if there was a better spot, and I guess this tile here is slightly better than the area I was standing in over on the east side. So I'm just gonna hang out here a bit and see if it noticeably affects my XP per hour. Ranged, 79, 1 more. I just got Avernic components randomly from Scavenger. I have to look up what those do, or where they come from. Yeah, it looks like they're not super expensive. I think the Noxious ones are rarer. I do like that scavenging can produce those. If you could only get them from the relevant items, it might be pretty stressful in an Ironman that you probably need to get those items anyway. Probably don't have the ability to actually gather enough of them to disassemble them. I think it's a reasonable compromise between developing for the Grand Exchange and actually making it possible to craft some of the in-game stuff for an iron. I had been advised to get access to the White Knights a while ago for the White Knights equipment for daily purchases for components, and now I understand why, because I really need those plated components to make more of these Chinchampas. I'm gonna run out here, which is fine. I didn't want to keep training tonight anyway. I'll have enough to get to 80, which was my goal, but I'll probably want to, when I get some time, just farm the Black Knights to try to get enough kills to unlock that shop. That also requires that I do some prerequisite quests. I might be wanted or something like that. There it is, range 80. I'm just going to stay until I burn through all my mechanized Chinchampas, just so I don't have them in my bank. Also worth maybe going for 81, because you unlock a new ability at 81. I think it's only for dual wielding with ranged, but if I end up going for an RM offhand, that might be worth doing regardless. I keep seeing RM, Carol offhand. Also, I'm pretty close to level 12 Carol's skirt. Quite a ways off from level 12 on the top, but it would be nice to get. That should get me 1 more invention level. Yeah, I'm pretty close to 70. Okay, I'm officially out of mechanized chins. I think I'm just going to come back here with the Carol's crossbow to finish it out. Alright, just got level 12 on the skirt. I still have like 27k to go to 81, but I'm over it. It's really, really slow now. I'm going to do another siphon here, and then I think I'm going to switch to strength and see if I can squeeze out 80 strength, and then that will be the end of my grind. Should be 70 invention. Yeah, nice. Close to 71. It's actually unlocking every dwarf and goblin technology, which might be a bunch of XP from discovery, so I'm going to do that real quick before I pop back into the Abyss. Alright, unlocked all the dwarf techs, and here are all the goblin techs. Purchase all blueprints, nice. Yep, got enough XP for 71. Alright, finished discovering everything, got close to halfway to 72. Let's see what's coming down the pike for invention. I guess we got an alchemizer at 72. And more components at 74. I guess the mechanized siphon is kind of interesting because it lets you set a threshold to automatically siphon stuff so you don't waste XP like I constantly do. Here's strength 76. It's pretty late. I don't think I can make it the extra time to get to 80. So I think I'm going to retire there. Had a really productive weekend, though, after finally hunkering down and focusing on this 80 range, 81 attack, 85 defense. I can wear this cool ring now. Magic's already at 88. Should be pretty set even with the incoming XP nerf, because I don't think I care about anything above 99 for these skills. And it sounds like even with the XP nerf, I should be able to get to 90 for... Like by the time that I actually get tier 80 or tier 85 gear with how hard that appears to be for Ironman to do, I'll probably already be 90, so I'm not gonna have to worry about like not having a high enough level to access that equipment. All right, y'all, it's a new day. Necromancy just released. I will not be working on that right away. I've got a bunch of dailies I need to do. And I try to get a full Bonfire Man video recorded every couple months or so, and I have that set to begin tomorrow. So I'm likely to be going into dailies only mode for RS3 for a while. I might find some other activity that I can do while working on Bonfire Man, like I guess cutting Acadia logs is probably fine, or fishing or something like that. If I end up doing that, it won't get recorded. But I'm just here for my first of 2 Guthix caches. Could get Divination 95 here, which means I probably should have gone to the Poison Waste for this, but I'll do that next time. That means that I should likely prioritize Underground Pass, which is it's soon in my release date quest order here, so, yeah, because the level 95 Wisps are in the Poison Waste, so I don't have to have access to Tyrannin to do it. We'll see. I'm not super feeling Underground Pass this morning, but I could probably make it work. I'm sure it's significantly easier in RS3, especially if I can bring like a Beast of Burden. Actually, what I could do to avoid it, now that I'm 95, I finally unlocked the ability to bottle Guthix cache boosts. So if I just go unlock that from Memorial Guthix and turn that on, I don't even need to set aside 20 minutes every day for divination to get energy. I can just bottle all the boosts from Guthix caches, and then when I feel like going to gather the wisps in the level 95 area, I can bring all my bottles with me. Oh, but to do the bottling, I still have to I still have to get some incandescent energy, which I don't think I have a way to get without going to the Poison Wastes. Whoa, this is a new one. I'm over here doing my dailies, still gathering herbs, and I got an Uncharted Island map. I don't know anything about that. Something to do with the Ark, which I should probably check out at some point, but isn't a huge priority at the moment. I'm just gonna bank it for now, I think. All right, gonna see if I get screwed out of my Reaper task. I think statistically I'm more likely to get screwed out of it than to get a task I can actually do. Well, I can do KVD, why not? All right, task completed. No particularly interesting drops here. Gonna get out of Dodge. Today might not be the best day for me to do quests like Wanted and Underground Pass, but I'm gonna try to do what I can. I've got weeklies I need to do, because I'm probably not gonna have time for them while I'm doing Bonfire Man tomorrow. So I'm gonna go do my weeklies. All right, working through weeklies. This Herblore lamp should get me an Herblore level up, I think. Yeah, Herblore 65. I kind of need to get it high enough so that I can make regular anti-fires, so I have any chance with like the Queen Black Dragon if I get that assignment again. Oh, good. Probably my most interesting Oasis filtration. 3 Elder Troves? I still don't know like what the deal is with these, to be honest. Let's bank the rest. Well, I'll take the casket, but I'll bank the rest of this. All right, so Bic tier 1. Okay. All right. Nothing amazing. All right, so wrapping up my weeklies here. I'm going to try to get a natural summoning level so I get some more benefit out of the penguin lamps and bonus XP. There we go, 70 summoning. Since I got 70 summoning, I'm going to go get the penguin lamps, use them, and then get my bonus XP. All right, and that concludes the episode. Next episode, we'll do Wanted and Underground Pass. Like I mentioned in this episode, I'm getting to a point where I have to go into like dailies only mode with RS3, so you might start seeing the dates fly by as we catch up closer and closer to present. There's a long like 3-month period where I basically only do archaeology and other extremely AFK things, and the clips are just going to be rapid fire clips of me leveling up. So while this episode still takes place in like August of 2023, I think we're going to get closer to present pretty soon. As you saw in this episode, I do not dive straight into Necromancy right when it releases. I instead wait a few weeks to check it out, but it'll probably be the next several episodes by the time you see it. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next week. Bye.